Hello everybody, I've been asked to offer this contribution for the Diocesan Day of Prayer, and I've been asked to talk about mindfulness and meditation and offer a session or two for us. I know that many people out there will already be familiar with this, but I hope you'll bear with me and we can kind of remotely practice this together. What I intend to do is just say a little about the practice, and then in the first session try to get us all to relax before I offer the actual meditation in the second session. So just a few words by way of introduction. We're only too well aware, aren't we, of all the stresses and strains and fears and anxieties around at the moment, and that have been with us now for several weeks. And if we can remember life before lockdown, we know that life in its nature holds anxieties and stresses and strains. And from what I've been hearing, many people are looking for a respite from anxiety, looking for a space for peace and freedom from stress. Christian mindfulness and meditation is a spiritual practice. And by stilling the mind, I believe we become open to the creator spirit of God, the creative spirit of love that is God, that fills the universe. The ultimate aim of the recording is that we can be still together and motivated maybe to practice these skills regularly in our own little lives. Present moment awareness is fundamental in meditation and mindfulness. That is, not being absorbed in the past, mulling over what might have been or where we might have gone wrong or how we could have done something differently, and not anxiously anticipating the future or nexting, as I call it. What have I got to do next? What's waiting for me? I wonder what's going to happen. It's trying to be present in the actual moment. But I just want to say a very brief word about thinking before we actually begin, because thinking is not bad, and we will never be perpetually free from our thoughts. And thoughts are perfectly natural, and our minds are thinking all the time, aren't they? Unless we're utterly absorbed and don't notice. But there are two types of thoughts, I think, helpful and unhelpful. And we all have busy minds. We all have chattering minds. We all have minds that hold concerns. But I believe that mindfulness can give us some much needed perspective and some relief from the anxiety of a chattering mind or a worrying mind. So if your mind wanders later, don't be hard on yourself. We're not trying to get rid of our thoughts and have a blank mind. We're just going to label them thinking or I'm having a thought, and then come back to the meditation. So also, I'll be ringing a bell at the end of each session, which sounds like this. And I give you that example because I really startled people in church when I led the first one and hadn't issued the warning of the bell. So let's relax together if we can, and I'm going to use a very simple method which works for me and might work for you. Find a comfortable way of sitting or lying down, and hopefully in a place where you won't be interrupted. A comfortable seat or sofa. And now that we're there, let's bring our awareness into our body, in the place where we are, and settle down. Let's relax with our eyes open or closed. Now relax your tongue and let it go loose in your mouth. And now relax the area around your eyes. The eyelids, the muscles around your eyes. If your mind wanders, don't worry, just note it, thinking, and come back to my voice. And now move on to your chest and your upper stomach. And let your breathing be gentle and easy, soft and gentle and easy. Let's focus again on being in a comfortable place. Let your body sink into the chair or the place where you're resting. And let your muscles feel heavy. And let the chair hold you. Feel any tension draining away, down through your body, down into the ground, draining away. Letting go. And so we bring our attention inward. So for the next moment, be aware of the inner feelings of the body. What can we feel? Beginning with the head. What can we feel there? And the throat. What can we feel there? And the neck. And our shoulders. Any tension draining away. Down, down, down into the ground. Let your breathing be natural and easy. Moving down your back. Down to the bottom of your back and your pelvis area. Feeling any tension draining away. Down into the ground. Letting go. Just noticing what's happening in our bodies at the moment. As our bodies feel heavier and the tension drains away. Now let's yawn. And gradually bring our attention back into our surroundings, noticing any sounds, noticing anything we can see, and being thankful for having had a chance to relax. You may like to pause here before I offer the actual Christian mindfulness meditation. I hope you're feeling more relaxed. You may like to pause here and move around a little bit, or carry on with me. So hopefully we're feeling a bit more relaxed now, and we're going to begin. We're going to begin by feeling our bodies settled and stable and safe. Let's be grateful. Let's get a sense of being grateful for this little bit of time, this chance to meditate. And let's take a moment to notice any sounds around us. And let's sense our bodies relaxed and comfortable where we are. And we begin by sensing ourselves breathing. Breathing happens on its own. Our bodies breathe us. They breathe for us. So now breathing easily. Not trying to control the breath in any way. But maybe notice our chests and stomachs rising and falling as the air comes in and the air leaves our bodies. Rising and falling. Breathe. Gently breathing. Breathing in and breathing out anxiety. Breathing in life and breathing out anxiety. Let's repeat this a few times at our own pace. If you find your mind wandering, just label it thinking. I'm thinking, and return to the breath. Now let's establish an intention for this meditation. You may want to choose your own, or maybe this time use this one. May I be still in the presence of God. May I be still, breathing in the presence of God, breathing out. May I be still in the presence of God. May I be still in the presence of God. Let's continue that just for a moment. May I be still in the presence of God. And as we focus on the physical sensations of the breath, we notice our chests expanding as we breathe in and falling back as the breath goes out. Let's continue to follow the breath all the way in and all the way out. You might like to pause here and continue this for as long as you feel comfortable. Or move on with me. What I'd like you to do now is to use your own name and address any selection of these words to yourself, maybe a few times each, and slowly, either aloud or in your thoughts. I'll begin by using my own name as an example. Caroline, you are safe right now. 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 Caroline, do not be afraid, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. Do not be afraid, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. Do not be afraid, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. Do not let your heart be troubled, and do not be afraid. Do not let your heart be troubled, and do not be afraid. Do not let your heart be troubled, and do not be afraid. Let the kindness of God wash over you. Let the kindness of God wash over you. Let the peace 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 of God wash over you. Now gradually focus on the sounds around you in the room where you are, and maybe stretch and come back into the context in which you find yourself. I hope you found this little taster helpful on this diocesan day of prayer, and It's difficult to lead really in this context, but I hope you found a little bit of peace within this, because I believe that if we can touch a place of peace and love and kindness and compassion, we're more able to share that in our lives, in our communities, in the interactions that we have with others, and in all places. So I hope that's been helpful. And just to end, let's remind ourselves of these words from John 14. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you. The Lord and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and bring you peace. And bring you peace. Amen.